You is staying here.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You is human being, and human being is like straw bunkles and cream to those giants out there, so you're gonna stay in a nice, safe place right here.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of the BFG, which is a new movie directed by Steven Spielberg, and it's a adaptation of Roald Dahl's children's novel, and it is basically about a young orphan girl named Sophie who is, once upon a time, she sees a giant outside the window of the orphanage, and the giant takes her from the orphanage to Giant Land, and because she saw him and she can't, tell people about having seen a giant.
Nope.
And it's all about her sort of time with the giant and where it leads to, because he's a friendly giant, but all the other giants that we see are not friendly, and they eat people, specifically children.
Especially little ones.
Yes. And
they're very tasty,
Well, to these giants, apparently.
Giants.
But they soon set out on sort of a mission to stop the giants from eating the children.
Correct.
And we won't tell how it ends, but they do make a big effort to try to do that.
Yes.
So a lot of it is about how they get together and how they sort of stay together for a while, and then how they sort of set out on this mission. So what did you think of the BFG?
I thought it was delightful. Roald Dahl is a master of the fantasy. He has got a world-renowned, unmatched imagination. And
Well, what about Steven Spielberg?
the BFG, well,
Is he a master of
I do think that they make a good pair, yes.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg taking this story and putting it on film, he did a really good job. It was delightful. The BFG, the big friendly giant, knew that the little girl that he plucked out of her orphanage bed, Sophie, was in danger because his big ugly giant group were currently doing the very same thing, only then they would eat the children. So he rescued her. Of course, it was very frightening. She was from an orphanage, she didn't have a family, and she was very lonely most of the time. They managed to make connection, begin to understand each other.
She got over her fear.
She got over her fear, yes. She realized that the big friendly giant, which she shortened to BFG, what can I call you, BFG, was a good guy.
What did you like about the movie?
Oh, I liked almost everything. I can't think of a single thing I didn't like. The little girl actress was wonderful. All of the special effects, it was seamless. You just believed everything that you saw. I mean, the giants were horrible and ugly and huge, and all of the things that they did that must have been created by our magical special effects folks. They all seem totally real. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The music was wonderful. The actors were wonderful. Even the BFG, he was wonderful. He had very interesting facial expressions. I enjoyed it thoroughly. What'd you think?
Well, this is another one where, again, I'd have to say this is one of the better movies we've seen all year.
Yes.
I thought it was starting a little, with a little bit of a problem. My biggest problem about the movie, perhaps my only problem with the movie, is that they didn't really provide much background for Sophie. They started the movie and the relationship with the giant almost immediately from the beginning of the movie. They didn't really tell you much about her, what she was like, what her past or anything was. So you didn't get, I don't think, a real feel for her from the beginning of the movie. And I think you really needed that.
Needed more than we knew.
Yeah, I mean,
She said somewhere during that her parents had died when she was a baby.
that's not enough.
And
But
she'd been an orphan as far as having no family of her own.
But that's not a problem.
All of her
That's
life.
that ended up not being a problem.
No, it
okay.
didn't.
So I don't want to dwell on my complaints too much because it has a lot of really good things about it. The thing I want to highlight the most and talk about the most is the performance by Mark Rylance as the giant, as the BFG. Now, this would of course be unconventional in the fact that, again, it's an actor and they're using special effects to make him into a giant. But his performance, I thought, was just really
It was seamless.
outstanding.
I mean, you believed it.
Well,
You
but again, it
believed
was so outstanding. It
Very, very
it has so much depth to it and texture, and he's changing and he's thinking and and it's just his performance was. I mean, the girl was good, but the two of them are together almost all the time, and his performance is just really outstanding. And I hope he gets some sort of award consideration, even though it's, again, sort of a special effects character. But you can see his eyes, you can see his face,
Yes.
and the way that they have him move and everything like that. It's just really outstanding. Now, again, the movie has all this Spielberg magic, all his
Yes.
style, all the cinematography and the scenery and everything, the sets and everything, all very beautiful. And again, you really get into the characters and to their situation, and you really want them to succeed. You feel for them as it gets towards the end, and it just did a really good job. I think it was just really, really well done. Well, again, I would very much recommend it to people.
Oh,
Again, I
yes.
think it's something that people
Yes.
should see. Okay, so it's giants. Okay, well, it's giants, but it's a very
story is
well
fascinating.
done
Yes.
bunch of giants in a very interesting story, a very involving story, and a really terrific performance by Mark Rylance as the
As the
BFG.
That's
It's
right.
just really, really well done. What did you say, Grandma?
I agreed with everything.
Okay.
I agreed with all of it. I gave it 2 thumbs up. It's just wonderful. If you can find the BFG still in your neighborhood theater, go and see it. It is
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. Yes, we missed.